Welcome to Learner's Planet. In today's session, we will study about soil. So children, what is soil? Yes children, soil is the top layer of the earth where plants grow. So children, we can say that soil is very important for plants. So children, you can see in this picture that plants grow only in the presence of soil. Otherwise, it is not possible for the plants to grow without soil. Children, these are some pictures showing the roots. So children, plants stay fixed to the soil with the help of their roots. So we can see the roots in every picture. We can see the plants. They are fixed to the soil, the brown colored soil, dark brown and light brown colored soil. So children, they are fixed with the help of their roots. And because of this property, plants are able to prepare their own food. For example, this is a potato. Potatoes grow under the soil. Okay, children? So children, now let us learn more about soil. So we will study that how soil is formed. Children, long ago there were huge rocks on the earth. Because of rain, sun and wind, these rocks started breaking. So children, we can see the rocks in the picture. These were the huge rocks which were present on the earth long ago. So children, because of the rain, the thunderstorm, the wind, very fast wind, and the sun's heat, because of all these factors, these rocks started breaking. So we can see in the picture. Children, slowly the rocks broke into smaller and smaller pieces because of the rain, wind and sun's heat. Now, what happened to these smaller pieces of rocks? Yes, children, the dead plants and the dead animals got mixed with these tiny rocks, and this continued for many years. So children, finally the tiny particles of rocks could not break further and soil was formed. Thus, we can say that soil was formed by the breaking down of rocks, and it takes thousands of years to form a small amount of soil. So children, always remember that it takes thousands of years to form soil. Children, now we will study about different types of soil. There are many types of soil, and even the color of soil is not the same everywhere. So children, one kind of soil may be light brown, and the other may be dark brown. So children, there are different colors of soil. In India, there are different soil colors in different regions. For example, red soil and black soil. So there are different kinds of soil having different colors. Okay children, now we will go through a very interesting story about Rohan, and we will learn that what soil contains. Okay children, so the story starts as Rohan takes some garden soil and puts it in an empty jar. So children, you can see in this picture that Rohan is taking some garden soil and he is putting into an empty jar. Now, what he does, he leaves the jar undisturbed for 30 minutes. So here is a glass jar and he leaves the jar with the garden soil in it for 30 minutes. So we will now see that what happens to this garden soil. Yes, they form the different layers. So now we will study the different layers of soil. So children, after leaving the glass jar undisturbed for 30 minutes, what Rohan observed? Yes, the layer at the bottom consists of tiny stones and pebbles. So this is the bottom layer of the soil. What he observes after that? Rohan observed that the bottom layer consists pebbles and stones, while the layer above the pebbles was fine sand. Then above the layer of sand, there was clay. Then above the layer of clay, there was muddy water, and above the layer of muddy water, what was there? Humus. So this is the layer of small parts of dead leaves and insects which can be seen floating on water, and this is called humus. Children, always remember, humus is the only topmost layer of soil which helps to hold water and provide nutrients for the soil. So children, humus is the only layer which makes the soil fertile, so that different kinds of plants can grow on the soil. Children, so the materials that make the soil healthy and which plants need are called nutrients. So nutrients make the soil healthy. And when plants grow well in the soil is said to be fertile soil. We just now studied that humus makes the soil fertile. Yes? So children, what is fertile soil? It is that soil where plants grow well. Okay children? Now the next which we are going to study is soil contains water. So children, now what does Rohan do? Now Rohan takes some garden soil again in a container. First he took the garden soil in a glass jar, and then he takes again some garden soil in a container. So children, this is a container. Now Rohan takes some garden soil in this container, and then he covers it with a lid. Then he asks an adult to heat the container over a very low flame. So we can see in the picture that the container is now has been covered with a lid, and an adult heats the container over a low flame. Now what happens? What Rohan noticed? He noticed that the water in the soil forms vapour when heated. So children, how he came to know this? When he opened the lid, he noticed the drops on water. He observed the drops of water on the lid, and this shows that soil contains water. So children, the water trapped in the soil is called moisture. Okay children, so we saw that soil contains water. Now Rohan does another experiment. He does another activity to know whether soil contains air or not. So what he does children? Rohan now takes some garden soil in a glass jar, and now what he is going to do? Yes, he pours water over it. So when he pours water over it, he sees the air bubbles. So children, the air bubbles form as Rohan pours the water in the jar. And this shows that soil contains air trapped between its particles. And when he pours the water, this air escapes in the form of bubbles. Okay children, did you got this? So what happens when Rohan pours water? The air escapes in the form of bubbles. So this shows that soil contains air. And before that, we saw that soil also contains water. Okay children, earthworms are called as farmer's friends. So children, this is a picture of an earthworm. Children, why are earthworms called farmer's friends? Because earthworms dig tunnels in the soil and they live in them. While doing this, they turn and loosen the soil, and these worm casts are very rich in minerals and they are good for the plants. So earthworms are called farmers' friends because earthworms are very good for plants. So children, now we will study about the uses of soil. So children, you now came to know that soil is important for plants. Yes. So children, remember this. Plants need soil to grow. They take in water and minerals from the soil. The farmers grow crops in the soil, and these farmers make the soil fertile by adding manure. So children, you see this, that a boy is planting a tree in the soil. So you also have to do this. Plant more trees. Okay, children? So we see that crops grow well in fertile soil. And if there were no plants, we would have nothing to eat. So always plant more trees. Children, soil is also the home to many animals. For example, it is home for a beetle, an earthworm, a snail, an ant. So children, these are some animals that live in the soil. So children, soil is also important and it is also the home for many animals like these animals. So children, soil is important for plants and also for the animals. Okay children? So children, the nutrients that plants take from the soil are called minerals. And because of these minerals, the plants are able to grow. Also children, animal waste that is mixed with soil to help the plants grow well is called a manure. So children, minerals and manure helps the plant to grow well in the soil. Okay children? So always remember the importance of soil. I hope children you enjoyed this session and learned about the soil. So keep studying children and keep planting trees. And make your surrounding beautiful with the plants.